As far as air rifles go at this present time, June 2016, this thing definitely has the coolest name. Hi guys, this is RACKNLOAD and this is the Kral Puncher Breaker Bullpup. So what do you think? Well, what do I think? What does RACKNLOAD think? Well, I'll tell you something guys, I really like this rifle, especially the price, which is under £400 here in the UK. This thing is pretty damn cool, pretty damn cool. Right then, so first of all, let's get stuck in with the specs. Okay, full length of it is, well, let's have a look. I'll show you on screen. I kind of like doing this now, getting the old tape measure out. Full length with the little muzzle device on is 28 inches. Okay, barrel length is 21 inches. Okay, weight, I'm not weighed it without the scope. I'll throw that in the details of the video. Let's guess. 6 pounds, something like that. 6 pounds, 6.5 pounds. It's quite a heavy little thing. With that scope's not helping anyway. Ignore what I'm saying. I'll put the proper weight in the details of the video. So let's talk about this thing then. Let's get stuck in. First of all, now you know me, RACKNLOAD. I do like to moan, and I have got a little bit of a moan already, and I may as well just get it out of the way. Well, two moans. First one, you're gonna know what it is. If you're subscribed to this channel, you're gonna know what it is. I'll give you a bit of a clue. That's too much of a clue, but we'll talk about that in a moment. So, first moan, and we'll look at these in a bit of detail anyway. First moan is the magazines. I hate cassette magazines. I'm sorry, I do. They just bug me. They really bug me. They're fiddly to load. They are just a pain in the butt. Don't like them. But it's okay. It does the job. It's not great. It's pretty much like an FX magazine. A mission to load. I just think they're just a pain in the arse to load. I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, they're dead easy, get the knack, you know, and you can load them dead quick. Yeah, I get that, but nah, just don't like them. I just like to push my pellets in, you know, not having to sort of wind the thing up and then put a pellet in there and then wind it back and then put them all. Oh, they just annoy me, You definitely don't want to be loading one of these things like in a farmyard or, you know, out in the field or whatever. But hey ho, that's just my moan. But anyway, that is the magazine, Clockwork magazine. I'm not going to explain it because I probably will get it wrong, because I think I was loading this thing up different every time I did load it. But yeah, you basically wind it up, put a pellet in, and then refer to the manual. Refer to the manual or just Google it. It'll explain it far better than me. But that's the mag anyway. To be fair, they are pretty tough, durable, and it does. You can sort of look at a glance of how many shots you've got left with these numbers that are around here. I mean, you're kind of going to see anyway, because you can sort of see through the perspex. But yeah, that's the magazine. I'll talk about loading it in just a second. Comes with a moderator as well, can, silencer, whatever you want to call it. Not bad. It definitely does make a difference when you take this thing off and you install the little muzzle device that comes with it. Definitely a big difference in sound there. One thing I did notice about the can or moderator is this. Can you hear that? A little bit rattly. Don't know what's going on in there, but it's a little bit rattly. Not that that'll make any difference, but anyway, it's very effective. It's 1/2 inch UNF, so you can throw on your own one anyway. So yeah, it's cool that it comes with that. You know, saves you buying one. And it does come with 2 magazines, which is a bonus because you're not having to sort of load them in the field, so to speak. So, you know, that is a bonus, I guess. There's a little quirk with this magazine as well, because there's a little storage area, but I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Let's talk about accuracy. Now, this is quite interesting. Now, if I just get my targets here. Now, these are at 30 yards. And yeah, as I always say, you guys are going to do way better than what I can do. So 30 yards, these were with, I've done 3 different types of pellets, you know, just for, you know, see if it was any different. First of all, my sort of standard test pellets, RWS Superdomes, 30 yards. Yeah, I'm happy with that. The odd flyer, down to me, not really the rifle. But saying that, I don't know, I've got a target here. That's Acupel, by the way. They're better groups, that one's a good one. Yeah, not bad. 30 yards, not bad. And then I used H&N Field Target Trophy. Now this was with no mod, and I've done what I've done with the target where I was shooting these with the mod, but when I took the mod off, the groups tightened up. So that's interesting. Whether the can is affecting a bit of the accuracy on some pellets remains to be seen. I think it was because my grouping tightened up a little bit, you know. But was that just luck? I don't know. Without sort of doing some serious testing, you know, in a real controlled environment, hard to tell. But I don't know. I think I noticed my groups tighten up. Literally, I shot a target. Like I said, I don't know what I've done with it. I think I must have just binned it by accident. With the mod on, with H&M Field Target Trophy pellets, the groups were ish. Took the mod off, put that little muzzle device on, and they're tightened up. So that's interesting. That is interesting. But accuracy wise, and there's videos out there, and I will recommend a video. This is unheard of from RACKNLOAD, but I will recommend a video by a YouTube pal of mine, I guess you call him, Andy's Range. Check out Andy's Range. He's done a brilliant review of this. It's probably spent a lot more time with this rifle than what I have. But anyway, stay tuned into this video. But check his out, because I think he runs his, I think he takes it out to about 60 yards and he's getting some serious tight groups. Definitely a better shot than me, Andy, definitely. But anyway, check that video out. I'll throw in a link to his video, and go and give him a shout out anyway, because I do, by the way, Andy's Range, I do enjoy your videos, so I just thought I'd mention that. Anyway, back to this review. And oh, by the way, Andy, you beat me to this review. It's not going to happen again, I'm telling you. Right, anyway, so back to the review. So let's talk about this thing in some detail then. So first of all, yeah, it's got a monster scope on. I just took this Hawk Sidewinder scope on, just you know, to, well, it was pretty much knocking about, this scope was, so I threw it on. Why not? By the way, they are the new Vortex Defender flip caps. I'll do a separate review on them. They are pretty cool. I am actually in the process of doing a write-up about them for Shooting Sports magazine, so check that out. But yeah, the Kral Puncher Breaker Bullpup. Taking it from the stock end then, or butt pad end, rear, whatever you want to call it. Not bad. Fairly soft rubber on the recoil pad. It's not got no sort of texturing or whatever. It's just nice. It's, you know, it does the job. Nothing really to sort of write home about. And then obviously we're going to be talking about this synthetic polymer stock, which is pretty tough. It doesn't feel sort of too hollow or too sort of crappy in any way. They do a walnut version of this. I don't know, it looks a bit weak on that point there. It looks really thin. It probably is, you know, bomb proof, but I don't know. The walnut version just looks a little bit, I don't know, dangerous as far as weak points are concerned, but it's probably fine, But yeah, this synthetic stock, really nice. I do like it. Pistol grip, you've got like that stippling effect in the finger grooves there. Quite nice, really, to be honest. Pretty much fit most hands, you know, it's fairly comfortable. I like it. Plenty of room with the thumb hole. That's pretty obvious. And then moving along to the fore end, you've got like a bit of a groove here, which is nice. Nice and chunky the fore end is as well. And you've got like a stippling going on here. And then you've got an area here where you can fit a stud to obviously mount a bipod if you need it, if you want it. And then the interesting part of this stock is this little thing here. You've got a little storage area. If you press that, press it there and give it a pull, you've got an extra magazine in there. It's just a pity it's a cassette magazine, but hey ho. But that's quite cool. Fit your spare mag in there. They just sort of slot in, close it up. That is cool. I do like that. Nice feature. Nice feature. Where are we? Let's talk about the actual. Well, I'll weigh the trigger as well in a minute. But the actual trigger guard is full polymer, obviously molded into the rest of the stock. So that, you know, this thing is pretty damn tough, which is cool, which you'd expect anyway with a synthetic stock rifle. Cheek piece is kind of cool. It's like this polymer bit here that's been sort of mounted on top of the well, part of the action. That's quite nice. It does adjust as well, so if you sort of look, you get it on camera, look there, it will slide back, so it will give you obviously the correct eye relief with your scope, so that is cool. One major problem with this rifle, it's not really ambidextrous. So as you can see at the start of this video, I was actually having to shoot this thing left-handed because I was struggling. I did try to shoot it right-handed, but no, struggling, so I had to sort of be a little bit uncomfortable and have my cheek on this side. Still managed to shoot it all right. I think I'll blame my groups on that factor. Anyway, but yeah, it'd be cool if they could, or if you was able to sort of switch this to left hand. I know you can with the day state pulsers. Not got hold of one of those yet. I'm sure I will sooner or later to give you a full RACKNLOAD review of one. But yeah, it's great rifle. This is just a shame it's not fully ambi, but I know it's difficult to do with it being a bullpup. I get it, I get that. So yeah, that's pretty much your stock and your sort of cheek piece. Moving along to the actual loading of the rifle then, well obviously bullpup configuration, so everything's sort of behind the trigger. You've got this lever here, which obviously you've got to cock all the way. It is a nice tough lever. It looks nice and solid, you know, nothing sort of really pot metal-y that's going to sort of disintegrate or anything made of chocolate in there. So it looks alright, looks alright. So yeah, you cock it like that and then get one of your magazines, and then it's basically, let me try and do this correctly on camera so you can see it. Basically load up your magazine. I'm gonna try and do this right here, and then I'm off camera. Let's do it right. Get your magazine and basically load it in That's it. Load it in light. So you have to pretty much line up these sort of lugs here, and then obviously this magazine isn't loaded with pellets, so I'm unable to sort of close the cocking lever because it's not sort of wound up. The magazine isn't. But basically you close the lever then, and then you can sort of take your shot and basically just keep cocking it and shooting it. 14 shots with the 2.2 version. I think you've got, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you've got 16 or 18 with 177. I'll annotate that if I'm wrong. I'm sure I am. But that's pretty much how you load it. Non-automatic safety catch, which is a win. And I must admit, I do like this safety catch. Very nice, very similar to the FX Wildcat. Very similar. And if I dare say it, I think this one is actually better than the one on the FX Wildcat. Seems more solid and more sort of what's the word, positive. So yeah, nice safety catch. I'll just fire this in the safe direction, guys, because it is cocked now. Be quite noisy as well without that can on. You do get a bit of a springy twang as well from the action. It kind of sounds like that anyway, and it kind of feels like it as well. It's not like a, you know, a nice smooth refined sort of shot when you take it. You do hear a bit of mechanical stuff going on. Oh, I noticed it anyway. You may not, but you know, when you kind of test sort of real high-end rifles, you kind of, I don't know, notice these subtle differences. But yeah, that's basically the loading of it. You know, nothing wrong with a cocking lever, nothing wrong with a safety catch. You know, that is, it's really cool. This little knob here that you can sort of see, this brass sort of adjustment knob here, basically turns up the power or turns it down. So depending on what you're doing, where you're shooting, what sort of situation you're going to be shooting in, you know, you can adjust the power, which is pretty cool, a little bit FX-y, if I dare say it, but yeah, it's cool. It's, you know, it's a good option to have where you can adjust the power. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with it. So while we're sort of talking about the trigger and whatnot, let's cock it. Let's give it a pull. See what it's doing. Straight out the box, guys. And let's just sort my machine out. Let's give it a pull. 3 pounds, 1 ounces. Let's give it another one just for argument's sake. It is a real nice trigger though, guys, I've got to say. Right, give it another one for argument's sake. Oh, slightly different. Let's give it best of 3. That's 2 pounds, 1 ounce. Let's give it one more. Don't know whether my gauge is playing up today. Yeah, okay then. So that first one was incorrect. So just over 2 pounds on the trigger. That is nice. Nice trigger, and nice and smooth as well. So not bad on the trigger. Can adjust it as well. It is adjustable. The actual trigger blade itself is like a stainless steel affair going on. Nice and smooth, no sort of you know, texturing on there or anything. So yeah, nice trigger, nice trigger. So like I was saying, the barrel is 21 inches, rifled obviously, and free floated. Would have been if they hadn't put that on. So people may say it is free floating, but no, that's not free floating if it's touching that. So, but it is a very accurate rifle, very accurate. My shooting kind of puts it to shame, really. And then, like I said, you've got a 1/2" UNF thread on the end. This little muzzle device does come with it, so to keep things short, if you're not bothered about being loud, you can drop this on instead of the can. So that's cool. At least you've got options. Options are good. But that's nice. That's sort of milled aluminium there. That's nice little brake muzzle device, whatever you want to call it. Pretty cool. Obviously a little bit longer when you've got the silencer on. Quite a bit longer. Shall I put it on for you guys? Let's put it on just to show you. Just take that off. But I really do like this rifle. I really do. Especially the fact that it's, more than, less than half the price of an FX Wildcat. What are they now? They're over £1,000, aren't they? FX Wildcat. And this thing is under £400. So it's down to the old bank balance and the wife at the end of the day, guys. You know what I'm saying? So that's it with the Canon. Obviously it's going to add a lot of length. Let's measure it. May as well just measure it while we've got that on. Yeah, that's taking it up to just over 34 inches. So you're sort of going into full sort of rifle territory when you've got that on, and you're sort of losing the advantage of having a bullpup. Obviously the advantage of having a bullpup is to keep things nice and short and compact. So, but you can probably get smaller cans anyway. But it depends what sort of shooting you're doing at the end of the day, guys. But I think this thing looks pretty damn cool. Nice and short like that. Really cool, really cool. And then you've got your cylinder here, your air reservoir, whatever you want to call it. I think it's rated for 280 cc's. So you're going to get shots per fill. I'll annotate that. I'll put that in the details of the video. I think you're talking around 150. Something like that. I haven't completely run this dry yet. I've still got a little bit more testing to do. I've done all the videoing, but I've still got a little bit more testing to do. Just a few sort of long range stuff that I need to do. I probably will just juice it up a little bit. Maybe put that footage at the start of the video. We'll see as time allows. And then at the end, your filler area is here, which is protected by like this shroud. That is quite nice. I do like that. It feels really well made. That does. Very nice, very nice. And then there's your gauge. Nice gauge. Pity about where it is. Yeah, we won't say any more about that. And then moving on to mounting optics. Now this is quite interesting. You've got a polymer rail here. You may dislike that. It doesn't, to be honest, look the greatest. When you look at this thing closely, you just think, oh, that looks a bit crap, but it doesn't really affect accuracy. It's all right. So would it be better if it was aluminium? Probably. It's going to add to the weight, I guess, but I don't know. Polymer's all right. It certainly feels tough, and I'm sure it's, it just makes the thing real lightweight. But no, guys, I've got to say I'm impressed. For the money, I am impressed. At the end of the day, not everyone can go and put £1,000 down on something like an FX Wildcat, but if you've got 400 quid, £400 here in the UK, this is definitely a good option if you want a nice, dare I say it, tactical looking bullpup multi-shot. you can't really go wrong for your money, apart from cassette magazines. Like I said, don't like them. But anyway, so let's show you the box. Just grab it. This is the box. Quite a nice box actually. Shows you some of the features about the rifle. Pretty cool. And then you've got like foam cut out and all your filler nozzle bits and pieces. So pretty cool box. The manual is very good. I'm quite impressed with the manual, to be honest. I do like a nice manual with a rifle. But yeah, really nice and clear. Really quite impressed with the manual. Tells you everything you need to know. Yeah, there's your instructions for the magazine. Still don't get it, but hey ho, that's just me. It tells you how to adjust your trigger, how to adjust the power, maintenance, and obviously your sort of safety do's and don'ts. So not a bad manual at all, guys. So that's it then, guys. That's your rack and load review of the Kral Puncher Breaker PCP bullpup air rifle. Very, very cool air rifle, and very cheap when you compare it to probably its nearest rival as far as looks go, the FX Wildcat. Definitely a good option. Well, I mean, you could get what, nearly 3 of these for the price of a Wildcat, so you know, I'll let you guys sort of consider that and ponder over that. But anyway, guys, that is it. Thanks for watching. That is your rack and load review. That is the Kral Arms Puncher Breaker. Pretty damn accurate, apart from my shooting. Check them out. It's really a pretty cool rifle. Anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. See ya.